Constantine Sunday Law of AD 321, political power replaced God's command. What if I told you Sunday worship didn't start with Jesus, but with Caesar? What if the day billions now call the Lord's Day was never commanded by Christ, but legislated by a Roman emperor? In AD 321, Constantine, the sun-worshipping emperor of Rome, issued a law that forever altered the path of Christianity. And in that moment, political power dared to overrule divine command. To every pastor, priest, imam, skeptic, and Sunday keeper, if you believe Sunday is God's holy day, show us the command from God, not Constantine, because history screams what pulpits have long silenced. Sunday worship is not rooted in Scripture, it's rooted in the state. Constantine's decree didn't bless the Sabbath, it replaced it, not by the authority of Christ, but by the authority of a pagan throne. Historical proof. Let's read it for ourselves. In AD 321, Constantine declared, "On the venerable day of the sun, let the magistrates and people residing in cities rest, and let all workshops be closed." That's not the seventh day. That's not God's voice from Sinai. That's a Roman emperor exalting Sunday, not the sun's day. Constantine was a political genius, uniting pagans and Christians under one empire. And what better way than to blend the worship of Sol Invictus, the invincible sun, with the resurrection of Christ? But here's the truth. Rome couldn't erase. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. Exodus 20:8-10. God said the seventh day. Constantine said the first day. So whose voice are you obeying? Scripture versus tradition. Jesus never changed the day. The apostles never changed the day. The Bible never changed the day. But Constantine did, and the church followed him, not the scriptures. Jesus warned of this. Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men. Mark 7:7. Sunday. Worship is the command of men, not of God. And still today, millions bow to that tradition while ignoring the fourth commandment, written not in parchment, but in stone by the finger of God. Imagine the angels watching, seeing Christians sing praise on the wrong day, while the true Sabbath lies forgotten. Imagine Jesus, Lord of the Sabbath, Mark 2:28, being pushed aside by Caesar's decree, his holy day ignored, his law trampled, his people deceived, and all because the church married the state and the truth was sacrificed at the altar of convenience. Here is your challenge. Show one verse where God changed the Sabbath to Sunday. Show one text where Jesus commanded Sunday worship. Show one passage where the apostles honored Sunday as the new Sabbath. You can't. But you can find history confirming Constantine's Sunday law. You can find church councils enforcing it. You can find persecuted Sabbath keepers burned for disobedience to man's law while remaining loyal to God's. So the question is, who is your king? Jesus, the Lord of the Sabbath, or Constantine, the Lord of Sunday? If your worship is shaped by Caesar, your faith is forged in politics, not in truth. If your obedience follows emperors over the eternal God, then you've traded the commandments of heaven for the traditions of earth. It's time to return to the Sabbath, to the commandments, to the God who never changes, because no law of man can ever erase what God wrote in stone, and no throne on earth can outshine the glory of the Lord of the Sabbath.